Last week, it was all about roadside kitsch, Americana. And boy, did I find it. From the world's biggest popcorn ball to the Corn Palace, 1880 town, and Wall Drug, that was just the tip of the iceberg. But this week, something else is going on. Because this week, the mountains are calling, and I must go. Before I left on this trip, I had a bucket list, and tops on that list was Devil's Tower in Wyoming. Come hell or high water, that was the one place I absolutely had to see. Ever since I was a little kid, this place has been stuck in my mind, and it's all thanks to Steven Spielberg and my dad. My dad and I had a complicated relationship. It was hard for us to find common ground on a lot of things, but one of the things we could agree on were science fiction movies. One time, I went home to visit my dad, and just by chance, Close Encounters of the Third Kind happened to be on. It's always been one of our favorite movies, and we would watch it anytime it was on. But this time was different. That night, spent watching that movie with my dad, was one of the few times where we didn't argue or fight at all. It was a pleasant evening all around. And just like every other time I've watched that movie, this time I swore someday I'd go see that tower. This was also the last time that I saw my dad alive. A few months later, I got a call that my dad was in the hospital and probably wasn't going to make it. His long battle with diabetes had taken its toll, and I knew he didn't have long to go once I got that call. In fact, just as I was about to head out the door to see him, I got another call letting me know that it was all over. He was gone. It's been about 5 years since that night, and here I am, at last, looking up at this wonderful mystery of nature. I hiked around it with a friend I'd met earlier that day, and we explored every inch we could, watching climbers risk their lives to reach the top of the tower, and learning as much as we could about how it was formed.
Hey, you should check this out.
I can't see anything.
Well, you're gonna love this.
Taking in all of the natural wonders around us, watching the prairie dogs frolic and play, along with the wild deer, turkey, and other birds. That evening, we returned to do some stargazing beneath a full moon. It was a night I'll remember for the rest of my life. By the time we were done, I didn't want to leave. I had fallen in love with this place twice. Once because of that Steven Spielberg movie, and once because of how amazing it is to see this place in person. As a bonus, the KOA campsite that we stayed in plays Close Encounters of the Third Kind every night at 8 p.m. And as usual, it inspired me to visit that tower someday. Except that I was there, in person. As I sat staring up at the silhouette of the tower, with Richard Dreyfuss carving its likeness into a pile of mashed potatoes on the screen in front of us, it was different. I thought of my dad, and in that moment, I knew my life would never be the same, for I had finally touched the mountain and seen it with my own eyes. Thank you for watching my video this week. If you're a subscriber, thank you for subscribing.